He's like,
Go.
his brother was
Alright, I'm driving down the road with a buddy of mine.
calling me so much, I was like,
This is
oh
2
my
years
God.
ago.
Yeah. Because just if the brother
Out
has
come a
he's
bunch
gonna
of
get
deer.
his 3 kids.
I'm in my wife's, my beautiful wife's truck.
Is this fact or fiction?
This is a completely true story.
It's a true story. Only the names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Okay, no.
We're not even changing the names.
name has been changed to
Right.
protect the innocent.
So I'm driving down the road, all of a sudden a bunch of deer come out. So I slow down, you know. I'm driving, another one runs right into the side of the truck, knocks itself out. So I'm like, alright, I pull over, me and my buddy get out, and
What's a what there?
No good.
I take out my small pocket knife. It's all I had was just a little one at the time.
The one I bought you?
No, I lost that one.
Andy,
But
take
anyway.
2 steps that way. You got to pull behind. Right. Okay,
So,
there you go. Much better.
So I take
Much
out
better.
the small
Much
little
better?
pocket
Much
knife
better.
I have, and I start stabbing it in the heart, just to
In the
put it
heart?
out of its misery and kill it and get some free meat. So I throw it in the back of the truck.
Opportunistic.
And, my wife's Explorer, which I'll never live this down for the rest of my life.
Ever.
Anyway, I call up my friend who lives across the street. I says, hey, you got a big knife? Yeah, he says, only I'm down the street at a party. He says, you got to go through the yellow gate and follow the trail. We're down in the woods having at the bonfire. I says, all right, I'll be there in 2 minutes. I know just where you are. It's right down the street. So I get there and I says, he's like, let's see the deer. So I open up the back. The thing's looking around. Came back to, you know,
Second wind.
wife. So I says, all right. I says, well, give me the knife. So he gives me the knife. So I take it and I stick it in the thing's heart. Oh, lung. I was going for a lung shot. It fills up the blood. Lung fills up with blood and it can't breathe. It dies. Well, the thing, as soon as I threw it in the knife in the deer,
anyone?
it jumped in her back seat. I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible. So I'm looking around like I'm a candid camera here.
Was it bleeding?
Well, no,
A good
not
question.
at the point it was. It jumps in her back seat.
It's a good question.
And I'm like,
Blood girl over the back seat.
he
He's
says,
getting there.
Well, give me my knife. He's like, where's my knife? I says, it's stuck in the deer. He's like, that's a good knife. He
Hold on,
said.
wait a minute. The knife is stuck in the deer.
Knife stuck in the side of the deer. He says, well, no. He says, that's my good knife, he says. So he reaches in and he grabs his knife out. Well, now there's blood getting all over the place. There's a dog, somebody's little dog, smaller than Buddy, jumping around, going bananas, barking. It was all I wanted to do, you know. So I'm like, well, give me the knife back, I says. He's like, no, you're going to lose it in the deer again. I says, all right. So she had a pair of crutches in the back seat, in the hatchback. So I'm in the hatchback. I'm like, open up all the doors so the deer can jump out. Just people standing around everywhere, you know. So I grab one of the crutches and I'm whacking the thing in the butt. You know, I'm like, get out of the truck, get out of the truck. It's looking around, the dog's going nuts, people everywhere. The thing didn't know what to do, it was scared, you know. So it finally jumps out and it runs down towards the water, it runs down a ways. I'm like, give me the knife back. He's like, no, I'm not going to give you the knife back, you're going to lose it in the deer again. And then it's going to take off and I'm going to lose my knife. I says, all right, so I start beating the deer up physically. No, I left the crutch in the truck. So I start physically beating the deer up.
I never thought you were so brutal.
I wanted to put him out of its misery, Ma.
Millie, it's your fault.
Listen.
So it just didn't work out. The deer jumped in the pond. It swam about 100 yards to the other side. Everybody's got their flashlights, bright lights on it. It gets to the other side. It kind of turns around like, what is wrong with you people?
Hey, buddy.
With me.
Hey, buddy.
And it just kind of lazily walked up the hill and disappeared into the night.
And that's a true story?
Yeah.
You go to find it, you never found it?
I went home, I give her back her truck. We got in a huge argument about the deer blood.
Jeez, imagine that.
The next day I spent about 2 hours cleaning her truck, went and looked for the deer.
So what did you do with the deer?
He never found
He
it.
never found the deer.
Somebody shot it and
Oh no.
got a Swiss cheese deer.
How many antlers?
It was a doe, it had nothing.
Oh, it had a doe.
So the moral of the story is don't take a knife to a gunfight.
That's right.
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 That's right.
All right.
Ellen, you better watch it.
I'll be famous someday.
Oh, it was great. That was great.